We are a membership organization for all the municipalities and regional authorities in Norway. We have 426 municipalities and 18 regions. So they're all members. So we represent these municipalities and regions. So in a sense, we are an employer, it's a confederation, if you like. So our overall aim is to if you like, fight for the local democracy and the quality of the service at the local level to the people. This is really the essence of what we are trying to do, which means that we strive to develop an even more independent municipality sector and also more innovative, because we see that we need new solution to the Norwegian welfare system in the years to come. Right now we don't have the same kind of critical situations or problems that you are experiencing here in this area. But we know in not very many years we have the same demography problem with the growing population of the elderly compared to those who are at work. We have challenges on social exclusion, young kids dropping out of school, even poverty, loneliness, a lot of messy, difficult issues that the municipalities will have to deal with. Refugees that needs to be included in the Norwegian society. How do you do that? That has to do with how the municipality work together with the civil sector, social entrepreneurs, companies, other parts of the public sector. So we need to be better and better to find new solutions and sort of co-create new solutions. So our task is to try to find out how can we, as a membership national organization, how can we develop actions, do things, initiatives that increases or enhances municipalities' ability to innovate. So we are not innovating, but we are trying to support and develop the municipalities' ability to innovate. Right? Yeah, I think we can talk about innovation on very different levels. It might, on the very high level, it's about transforming the welfare state based on developing from below. So an aspect of innovation is the democratizing effect as it moves the power and the ability to change, if you like, to find new solutions from government or state level down to the municipality level. And even more, it opens up for processes that involves the citizens. So it's not within the administration in the municipality. No, the municipality needs to open up and bring in a lot of other actors and with the citizen in the center. So it's very much about taking as point of departure the lives of people, the challenges of people, the interests and the aspirations of people, and start from that. So it's about collaboration, it's about co-creation, involvement, and working across organizational boundaries, across levels, and so on. So that's an important part of the innovation concept. Yeah, we work along a couple, 3, 4 dimensions. One of the dimensions is about developing tools and methods that people in the municipalities can use for co-creation, for involving citizens, for design-based innovative processes, and so on. So innovation methodology. So we have spent time and efforts on developing very practically oriented and hopefully well articulated and communicated tools that can be applied all over Norway in principle. This is one thing we're doing. So, and we are supporting learning arenas for sharing experience between municipalities, between countries, between researchers and people in the municipalities, and so on. So learning arenas, and so we're also spending money on smaller research projects. So there's a whole sort of a bunch of activities that has to do with knowledge, knowledge development, the use of the knowledge, the diffusion of the knowledge. So this is one area that we work on. Another one is to be very close to government authorities, because at least in Norway, the government authorities with all its ministries have a lot of initiatives that influences how work can be done in the municipalities. For instance, on the area of digital solutions, a lot of initiatives and efforts in all the different transportation and the health care sector and blah, blah, blah. And they are not developed together with the municipality. So for us, it's very important to be very close to these processes in order to make sure that they will also benefit how services are provided at the municipality level. So, and of course, we argue for resources, and we take part in political debates and try to influence the national political level in ways that will strengthen our sector, the municipality sector. These are two of the dimensions we work along. I can bring up another example of how we work. So in order to gain national influence, one of the ways we can do it is to organize larger programs, right, in collaboration with other organizations, government agencies, to organize larger efforts that pool money and resources and competence and make progress on a wider scale. One of them is linked to innovative purchasing. Purchasing meaning spending money in terms of buildings or roads or whatever the community spends money in. That's when they use their muscles. Even if the municipality in many respects are sort of poor with a very tight budget, still they spend money on these kind of systems, on buildings and infrastructure. At these points, they should ask, how can we take an innovative leap in this process? Not talk about exactly what we want, but talk about the needs that we need to fulfill, and then start early phase dialogue with business life that can develop totally new solutions, maybe more energy efficient, maybe greener in terms of less pollution, maybe a better service for the people, maybe cheaper solutions for our budget, and so on. So, and we have a large national project now that is running a number of pilots, a lot of good examples in the municipalities, spreading methodology, learning across the municipality sector, and then increasingly bridging the two sectors, companies and the municipality sectors. So to use this purchasing power that the public sector has. So then I will then in practical terms, we will work on the board with the management, with the project management, develop solutions for communication, and being sort of supportive ownership organization in that respect. To us at KS, the Norwegian abbreviation for the local and regional authorities, working with smart city is fairly new as a concept. We have been invited in by our members, the municipalities, to take a much stronger role in it because they see that they are, or they feel they are being overrun by companies, overrun by technology. And they say, hey, wait a minute. We're not here because we want to buy technology. We're not here because we primarily want to support companies. It's good if companies thrive and grow and create workplaces. That's great. But we want to create livable societies that people want to live in and take part in. So we need to step up the work on issues that we've heard here today. How can we invite citizens in to take active part in developing, defining the society they live in. So our role now is to push on the participative side, citizen participation in these smart city innovation projects. At the same time also facilitate learning between the big cities and so on. We work on a lot of different areas also within health, and in Norwegian, directly translated, it's called welfare technology, but it's more like telemedicine area, which is really influencing the way we can provide services to the elderly with digital solutions. So that's one of the sort of also national programs that we are taking part in, where there's both quality for the elderly or the sick people, but also an important economic side to it. So that's one of the other issues that we work on. So, and one of the things that we are learning here today that we are consistently or continuously thinking about is how we can develop our innovation ecosystem or innovation system at large. What are the next building blocks, if you like, in our system, and try to also learn from you to see, okay, if co-creation, citizen involvement, using a different kind of lab arrangements is a way of building up an ecology that allows for people's needs and aspirations to find an expression. What does that mean for our organization? How can we facilitate that this will happen also in Norway? So that is one of the challenges and one of the takeaways and inspirations that we are getting here from City Lab. So thank you very much for that.